The cost of college, oh boy, it continues to climb. The State Department of Higher Ed says it's worth it, but of course not everyone agrees.
Now, over the past decade, the cost of a four-year public institution has gone up 68%. About a quarter of young millennials say they're actually putting off going to college because it's simply too expensive. 73% of Gen Z say they'd like to find some cheaper options.
And Denver 7's Jenna Kovaleski is going 360 on whether the cost of college is worth it.
21-year-old Hope Payne spends most days right here.
Well, now you have really good hair to wash.
Styling hair in this Castle Rock salon.
I had to pay for school myself, and I was like, the schools I was looking at was like $60,000 a year, and I was like, that's not really an option.
Her friends spend most days here, but she has no regrets about not going to a four-year college.
Just our lives look so different.
In fact, she's doing great.
Me and my husband are buying a house, and I feel like most people my age, that's not even an option.
Others say college is still the best, most direct path to a good career that pays well. Let's take a 360 look on the simple question that is anything but. Is college worth it? Hear more from Hope, who says college wasn't for her. A military recruiter who says there are other options. The head of the state's higher education office who says it all costs finish. And current college students on why they chose the road to higher ed.
Personally, I don't really think it is.
Going back to Hope, like many teens right out of high school,
I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Instead of racking up debt on a degree she didn't know if she wanted, Hope went to a one-year cosmetology school.
When I told people I was going to go to cosmetology school, they were like, well, why? Well, do you really think you'll be good at that? Oh, you're just going to cut hair.
She walked away with no debt and a job offer even before she got her certificate.
People kind of look down on you about it, but now the same people who said those things to me are like, wow, I can't believe how good you're doing.
If trade school isn't for you, maybe your cubicle becomes a cockpit.
College was not for me.
Denver recruiting battalion Michael Doherty enlisted right out of high school and now recruits other high schoolers to take his path.
I can see that there are a lot of kids today where they don't know what they want to do next, and they think college is their correct step, but it's not always the step for them.
The biggest wins for him: you get more time to figure out what you want to do, learn hands-on life skills, and then the military pays for you to go to college.
Greatest thing about the Army for me was that I got both my degrees and I haven't paid a cent.
Already have debt? Well, they're offering a $65,000 signing bonus to pay it off.
The messaging is you have to go to college. College isn't the end-all be-all. There's so many more things that I can do and so many different ways that I can go about my career.
Which brings us to the head of the Colorado Department of Higher Education.
Viewpoint on college? Oh, it's fantastic, but I'm a little bit biased.
Outside of her obvious bias, Dr. Angie Piccioni says college is worth the investment, and she has the data to prove it. They just published this annual return on investment report. Researchers found bachelor's degrees in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, are bringing in the biggest returns. A decade out, graduates earn a median income of $60,000. Those who got a certificate earned $50,000. Associate degree holders made $54,000.
When you think about a car, you might spend $30,000 to get a car. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. With higher education, when you get that degree, it actually appreciates.
Dr. Piccioni says high schoolers don't have to go to a four-year college.
The good jobs require a credential. Find the one that works for you, but don't stay out of the arena.
No matter which path you choose, college, trade school, or community college, perhaps our biggest message:
completing. Most important. If you go 3 years and you've got $20,000 of loan and you don't have a degree, then that's a real burden.
But let's be frank. There are professions that require at the very least a four-year degree.
People's lives are in your hands.
Enter aspiring surgeon Ruby Odiemi. She's getting her undergraduate in nursing at Metro State with plans of going to medical school.
My mom always says short-term discomfort for a long-term benefit. So yes, college is worth it, definitely to me.
For her, college is absolutely worth the sticker price because it's really her only way.
Anything that you do pertaining to the medical field, you're going to have to go to school.
What about other students on this campus? Well, that came with a mixed bag.
Why did you choose to go to college?
I just thought that if I went to college, I'd probably get a better paying job.
I feel like it's kind of expected of myself and expected to just make it in the world.
Expected is something we heard all too often, when the real message should be do what makes you happy and set you up for the future you want.
And go for it, and don't let anybody tell you you're wrong.
Stay in school, no matter how hard it is.
Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.